Let's talk about the alien civilization that discovered and harnessed the Speedforce. This civilization would come to be known as the Fraction, and they lived on a world like many others in the universe, full of blue oceans and green forests, and of course, full of life. This planet was a pure utopia. They lived at one with the natural world. They were ruled by an empress who had been bred from thousands of years of refined genetics, and she was extremely pleased when her learned council had brought in a new discovery. They tell her of a new power source, of an energy they discovered that once harnessed would allow their civilization to leap forward a millennia in a matter of years. They created a machine that would allow them to pierce time and space and harness that energy that connects it all. Of course, they would need a guinea pig to step forward and have this energy tested on. That's where we meet the captain of the Empress's guard, Vel Anthro, who would do anything to please his Empress. The button to the machine was pressed, and in an instant, Vel was filled with an electrical force. He could feel the device he was wearing harnessing it. And as the scientist rushed up to his side to come check on him, he thought he was merely pushing him away, but his hand moved as fast as lightning, and he cut the scientist in half. And the Learned Council saw this and was pleased. Vel was just the first of many artificial conduits that would be made that could harness the Speedforce. Advancements that would have taken them years were completed in hours. The planet kept growing. Technology eventually took over the natural world, continued to expand and to build out, eventually up into space to other planets, and eventually the very sun itself. Of course, as the civilization would grow and grow, they would eventually need more. They would need more food, more materials, and more power. Eventually, it got so out of control that in order for their world to survive, they would need to start harnessing the life of other planets. Of course, the Empress once again came to Vel to see if he would be the one to lead them out into conquering other planets, but this time, he had a price. He wanted to marry the Empress. Much to his and everyone else's surprise, she tells him that if he was successful, she would agree. First, they started out going to planets that were getting ready to go extinct. They were seconds away from disaster. So in those seconds, they would arrive and then harvest as many materials as they would need. But while journeying to other planets, they would find something strange. Something that they would call organic conduits. People that somehow naturally were able to harness the Speedforce. So they began to harness them. They would hook these organic conduits up and harness their natural connection to the Force and use it to power their ships. All of a sudden, they no longer were confined to our universe. They could traverse the multiverse. Hell, they could traverse time itself. They go wherever they want. They take whatever they need for their survival, and they leave nothing behind to waste. And much to a family full of speedsters' surprise, their next target is Earth.